Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Obviously, we got the ban list happening here, and you guys saw that I dropped a nice tier list a few hours before this happened, so most of that information is still pertinent and relevant. But before we go ahead and talk about that and the ban cards here, I'm going to hold you hostage for just a moment. Planeswalkers, I truly, deeply want to say thank you. We hit 1,000 subs with the last video and last posting. I am very, very heartfelt about that and appreciate your support. I really, really do. It's very meaningful to me, particularly in this journey with Arena over the last several months and with the channel and the community that we've been building. So again, I really, really want to say thank you for all your support, your help, and devotion and dedication to the channel. Again, we can all celebrate together. We've hit 1,000 subs. Absolutely crazy. It just seems like yesterday trying to post these videos daily. So I really, really appreciate that. And I truly mean it always when I say I hope you're staying safe with the unprecedented events going on and partaking around the world. I really, really care about you, and I believe that we got something special here. So anyway, again, thank you. Shout out to the top 1,000. And additionally, whether this is your first time or 100th time or millionth time, as I like to say, come to the channel, hello, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Now, quickly, before I go into it here, I just want to say it is great that Wizards has made this move for a couple of reasons. One, it shows that they're listening. We obviously have an active player base in the community. And two, the other thing that I would say about this particular banning in general is a little bit more thought out in terms of some of the time. So if you guys did look at the tier list video that I produced already, absolutely go check that out. But I kind of talked about kind of how the sacrifice bannings took a few cuts. So they nerfed Companion, they broke up some of the Lurrus sack stuff, and it took them a few times to get there. This one, I think they're actually a little bit more proactive in terms of what's going to happen in the meta. So first, not only do they get rid of Omnath, which is great, but I was thinking that maybe they'll just go ancillary and keep some of the Zendikar's Rising pieces. However, we do know that with Throne of Eldraine, they did get rid of Oko and some of the key pieces very, very quickly. I do feel that still getting rid of Lucky, Clover here, and Escape to the Wilds has going to have a fairly decent impact on some of that upper bound of the tiering, and allow us to find a more diverse meta and standard going forward here. So not only do they ban some of those ancillary cards, like I said, and enablers, but they've also cut out some other decks. So very, very happy about that and excited. I hope you guys are too. That gives us a lot more content to produce for you, particularly in standard. Thank you to everyone also who's been shooting deck lists my way and talking about what you've been finding to be very fun and exciting. I do plan to feature some of those decks. So if you always have decks or top decks, please feel free to message me. I would love to spotlight your content. And additionally, maybe you guys can make fun of me playing your deck, or say, hey, why didn't you think about this or do that? Or I always like the, hey, I didn't think of that. So Planeswalkers, without further ado, we're going to jump into our top deck for the day. But again, just wanted to spend a moment here on the bannings. And before we do, I just want to say again, thank you to everyone in the top 1,000. It's a crazy ride. I can't believe we did it. Continue to look forward, bringing you new and great, exciting content. And additionally, if you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe down over there and support the channel. Additionally, if you like this video, please like it. You can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch, stay up to date on content like this. All right, enough ban talk. Let's go see the damage, which is really only 2 decks that we had, which I appreciate. Yes, there are 2 Omnath decks, Ramp and Adventure. I primarily did the Adventure one. So we're going to move on from here today and go ahead and take a peek at what one we're going to look at. And then obviously we got historic and banned historic cards as well. Juke, just kidding. You didn't see the cards because I ran it on another system of mine, well, application, whatever you want to call it. So yes, you should get some nice wild cards, my friends. I was trying to have a little fun there. All right, And no, that was not edited. Let's go ahead, as I've mentioned yesterday in the tier list, the deck that I do want to cover today and give a big shout out to is the top 8 Gruul Adventures deck by Emma Handy and Autumn Burchett. So probably butchered those names, but there you have it. So quick shout out. As always, this will be the deck that we want to cover today. But before we do so, quickly, look at this. I think this is one of the best feelings ever, where we only got 2 decks that we have to remove, not 20. So those, again, are the 2 main ones impacted as we go ahead and talk about that tier list. Absolutely, a lot of these things are still going to be very well positioned for you to hop in and take a crack at. All right, so this top 8 deck was the one coming out of the 2020 season grand finals here. Very, very impressive runs by both Emma and Autumn. And I believe, as I mentioned, this is a great one to start with here. Not only did it evade any of the bannings, but we have a great deck shell nonetheless, and a great sideboard. So let's go ahead and take a look at the list. It is available for you down below in the description, so you have access to it right away. We'll take a look at the list, talk about some of the key pieces. We'll talk about the sideboard. Obviously, it's going to shift up now with Omnath being gone, but I'll talk through some of those things and maybe potential optimization within that. And then we'll go ahead and play some ranked best of 1 and some best of 3. So quickly here, again, this one is intact. We got a lot of nice pieces here, which is going to be very important. So what do we have that's adventure based? So obviously Edgewell Innkeeper, we get Draw from Bone and Love Struck. So those are 2 big components of this engine. We have Stone Coil, which is always great. We got Primal Might. We do have the modal land here with Shatterskull Smashing, which is always very effective. We got Brushfire Elemental. So this is a new one from Zendikar Rising that we haven't talked about yet. This creature has haste. It can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less, which can be very powerful. And then landfall, we get +2/+2 until end of turn. Scavenging Ooze runs nice in this. It's great against things like the mid-range decks, the rakdos stuff, also helping you remove pieces out from things like Dimmer and whatnot. Bone, again, Love Struck Beast. Now, we do have Kazandu Mammoth, so this is one of those modal lands. Again, we get this on the board. We get a +2/+2, so again, a 5/5 is very, very nice. Gem Razor, still one of the best cards from a green perspective, with the Mutate, Reach, and Trample. The ability to destroy artifact and enchantments. This was huge against Omnath. This is still going to be well positioned within the meta. We do have things that are running enchantments that we can use. You're going to play things like Esper Doom and those things to keep in mind. I can see Azorius kind of making a play and come back as well. And then everyone's favorite Embercleave. Now, here are the lands that we have. We have Evolving Wilds, particularly to help us with our favorite cracks for Brushfire, and get those, and same with Kazandu here. And then Fabled Passage to go dig, and then we have our modal lands. So we are running a healthy 20 lands, and then additionally we have access to another 6 here with these guys. So very, very decent for best of 1 and best of 3. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the sideboard here. So these are very, very key. Quickly here, we got Chainweb Arachner. So where would I put this? I'd put this against any mill deck. I'd put this particularly against the rogue decks. This one's very, very helpful to pull back in, and does a lot of work. Next, we have Ranger's Guile. Target creature has +1/+1, gains hexproof until end of turn, so we can evade direct damage and direct kill spells here. So you're going to want to play this against burn or potentially mono red. You may want to play this actually in mirror match and also mono green when they're trying to pick your stuff off with other Primal Mites and other pieces. This can work as well against black or some of those Rakdos pieces. Here's Ember's Shieldbreaker. So for this one in particular, we would have been running this against Omnath, but we know that that's changed. So what I'm going to do on the fly, which I think is going to be the most helpful piece here, and who knows, maybe we'll end up running into a bunch of artifacts, is I'm sorry, Emma, and I'm sorry, Autumn, but we're going to do some real live crafting here, and we're going to dump those two. And I'm actually going to grab our Phoenix. So I think adding in 3 of these in the sideboard is going to be a nice addition and change to make this deck more relevant. So my friends, this is also the Mythras brew here craft for you as well. So I'm adding this, similar to Chainweb Arachner, the ability to reduce out of our graveyard, again, particularly against Dimir Mill and those things, I think is going to have a lot of potential for us. Next, we have Thundering Rebuke. So here we get 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Personally, I think this is still a nice one to have in the deck. It's going to help you against the mirror match. It's also going to help you against things like mono green and anything running big creatures. Can't forget, we still have our good old Terror of the Peaks. Thundering Rebuke is going to help on that. I have an expectation that maybe Elementals is kind of going to make a comeback as well. Who knows? There could be a lot of things here going on. So we got to be careful. We got to keep our eyes out and be vigilant. And obviously we'll see a lot of those decks kind of change up. But Thundering Rebuke is good against mono red. We also have probably an influx of Boros Knights, so I think I've already played a few within the last few hours here. So I know that some of you have mentioned that to me. I do expect that to also kind of have an uptick in the meta. Next, we have Vivian, Monsters Advocate. So this is great for that. Looking at the top card, we can cast creature spells from the top. We can create a 3/3 with reach, and then we also get the cascade effect there with the -2, where we cast a creature, and then we can cast one off the top of our library for less. So personally here, I think this is good for a lot of late game stuff. You're probably still going to run into it. I would consider this one for things like rakdos midrange. I would maybe run this as well for some of the landfall decks or the mill decks. In particular, if they're more focused on mill versus kind of removal, this can be a good one for you to help kind of build that board rather quickly too. Last, we have the Great Henge. So this is a very nice option against other creature-based decks to kind of keep that draw engine going. I wouldn't necessarily play this again. Tricky with Vivian and some of the late games if they're more control focused, but the ability to get Great Henge down can make a big difference, obviously. All right, Planeswalkers. So next piece here is really around how would we sideboard. Now, we did talk about the mill side. I would probably do these two in particular, and I would do those. I would swap out maybe 1 or 2 cleaves because you're still going to want to be really creature focused, in my opinion, to get that damage in fast. You may want to also, I would keep Scavenging Ooze. I would potentially then remove, if they're not running obviously any enchantments or artifacts, this one could be a good idea. However, the reach is nice, so you got to keep that in mind with Stone Coil as well. I would maybe consider Lovestruck here, or even an Edgewell if you're not going to run a bunch of these two. You're probably going to want to keep Bone Crusher though to remove things off the top, but that's kind of how I would think about those ones. Then we kind of got these other ones, like I mentioned, in terms of some of the longer range matches. I would look to optimize, again, maybe Gem Razor here and move some of those things in, more so for the late game, and potentially Embercleave as well. I think running aggro is going to be always a nice option in terms of kind of going underneath them in some of these more longer term matches. All right, Planeswalkers, that is that. We talked about quite a few decks. We talked about some options in terms of how to sideboard. If you got questions or comments, please let me know down below in the description. I'm happy to help provide a point of view. Obviously, we're going to see a ever-evolving kind of base here. And I think, again, that throwing the Phoenix in here, and this is the one I'll share with you down below actually too, so keep that in mind. You may get if you're already this far into the video and you're looking down there and why is the deck not line up? Well, maybe you didn't watch the full piece there. So anyway, let's go ahead and play some matches here. Looking forward to this. I've been waiting to play this deck. Let's go ahead and have some fun with a nice little deck sleeve here. That one looks pretty good. And we will go right into it with our top 8 Gruul Adventures deck. All right, getting into position here. Let's go ahead and make sure that we go into our standard ranked. We got our Gruul Adventures best of 1. All right, Planeswalkers, as always, I just want to say thank you, and again, a special thank you for everyone's support. Top 10th or 1,000 members, not 10,000, maybe one day. I'm very appreciative of that. Again, Planeswalkers, please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. I appreciate that support. Additionally, you can like the video if you like it. You can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Twitch to stay up to date on content like this. All right, so our opponent goes first. We got 3 lands. We got modal lands. I think this is good in my book, so we're gonna keep at it. So here we have our nice friend, Mono Red. So we have to be careful against Fireblade here. I'm actually going to block. There we go. We're going to use Bone Crusher. Hopefully they don't self-hit their guy here. Oof. They did not go for it, huh? I'm gonna drop Kazandu. So my guess is they may have a cleave. They may have a cleave. Save that one for now. So all we need to do is clear the board. If we can keep the board clear and they don't have lethal here, we'll be good. If they cast cleave, we're good. So that'll be 12. We have Shatter Skull Smashing, so next turn that'll be 4. Or we can make a really big Stonecoil Serpent. is a lot. Particularly if we were to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can go 4. It's not enough yet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, they need a land, and Embercleave will be close. All right, we're in the clear. So 3 and 6. We got a real big 10-10 with double strike. Woo! That felt nice. Mono red we took down. Woo, 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 woo. All right, Platinum Tier 2. Yes, my friends, normally I do it in about 10 days. Unfortunately, I've been focused on other things like getting the tier list out and some of these content videos, so you can make fun of me. All right, I do give you that permission. On to our next standard ranked best of 1 match. So again, good that we got rid of and blocked early. That could have created a problem anyway. We did just fine. Here we go first. Not what we need in terms of colors. I don't want to take the risk. This is a little bit better. So we'll keep 6. I'm going to... Do I take the risk on a land? I will do that. All right, probably mid-range rakdos deck. We'll hang Stonecoil back for now. Yep. There we go. We'll hang on to stone again. We'll see if we can live. Yeah, didn't think so. Doesn't hurt to try though, my friends. Now, we keep this because if they kill the 1/1, now we can make stone a 1/1. Target opponent's gonna reveal their hand. Non-creature. Oh. So they're probably gonna take cleave. We'll see. That is a bummer. So this is where it will be nice to have a good old Scavenging Ooze as well. Now we can't... Ooh, that helped actually. That was really nice because we're gonna do this. which is what I like. Now, as long as they don't kill Gemraiser here. Oh, I was gonna say we had lethal. So the only way we're going to make this work is we need to top deck a land. Ooh. Ooh. There was our land. There was our land. That is unfortunate. We're going to get double hit with both Kroxa. Oh, we're going to get locked out now. We needed that life. The one guy that could have done it. Ooh. Do I go for Lily? I'm going to go there. So we still have another Crusher. We could top deck. We could top deck. It's going to be close. Not really.
I really don't care about your plans.
We're not going to have enough. So unfortunate we got locked out. So that is why you play both Lily and Kroxa in the mid-range deck, because I know I've got questions about that before. Oh, you're close. 1 damage. All they have to do is swing in with Kroxa. That will do 3. Lily will do 3. Murderous Rider is going to get me. There's enough damage there, sadly. Sadly, my friends, we did not get through fast enough. Maybe we could have played that slightly differently, but how it goes, maybe what we could have done was actually, in fact, use Gemraiser on Beast there, and then that would have destroyed the enchantment, and then they would have had 1 less card taken out of our hand, kind of a thing. All right, 1-1 in best of 1. Let's go ahead and play our best of 3 with this deck. I'm very, very excited. Again, I really, really like this this Gruul one. Let's go into our traditional standard ranked here with our top 8 Gruul deck. All right, Planeswalkers, as always, again, just want to say thank you. And because it is the top 1,000, or sorry, not top 1,000, a top 1,000 subscriber video or first 1,000 subs, I just want to say thanks again. And then additionally, for those of you that are new, appreciate your support. Please feel free to subscribe down over there. Additionally, you can like the video. You can like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Stay up to date on content like this. All right, we will play first. What do we want to do here? This is a tricky one. We go first. I'm actually going to keep it. We don't have anything we can play off the bat, so let's just go grab a green. Ooh. So we got Jeskai colors. Still Jeskai. Let's see what Fabled Fox is going on. Here we go. Let's see if we can get Cause of Do on the board. There we go. Whew. It's on. Oh, it's a Knight's deck. Boros deck maybe here, huh? Alright, he left it, he or she, Fabled Fox, left it wide open. We're going to take that, absolutely. We got 2 left there. So that's the only enabler for Winota. And there we go. We are good. Boom. Awesome. So we have here very, very fast. Thundering Rebuke is going to be nice in this deck. We don't need Scavenging Ooze actually. So I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to grab 2 Thundering Rebukes. And we're going to continue to be quick here. I'm going to drop... Let's see here. Maybe 1 more of those for that. And we could go over the top. Just debating. That on Stone Coil is real nice though. But let's go over and make this real fast. There we go. We'll try this one. So Rebukes to get Winota off the board and clear other things that may optimize Winota. A Jeskai Winota. Oh, shoot. Shoot. I like the green. We're going to try it. This could hurt real bad. Oh, there we go. We got lucky on the top deck there. Ooh, and modal. Ooh, this deck. Is really looking to optimize. So they could be running. So here's what we will do. We are actually going to pay 0. I'll take this one off the board. There we go. What I was hoping was that they would sack, and then I was going to hit him with the Bone Crusher, but they did not do that. That would have been the better play for us. So here's the play, if we can pull it off. If they don't block Brushfire, we have lethal with Embercleave. So we're going to go and swing for the field with that. They don't have 3 up, so they can't drop the enchantment that creates 2 tokens. So hopefully we can sucker them off with Edgewell, because they're not going to want to. They're not going to want to give up necessarily the Bone Crusher here. Now they could have a counter. Boom, we got it. Oh, there we go. That felt good. Finally, my friends, moving back in the direction that we would like to move with our lovely top 8 Gruul Adventures deck. So I think this will continue to be positioned well and strong, and just good timing with the bannings and all that. So Planeswalkers, let's go ahead and take a look at the deck list here again with our lovely top 8 Gruul deck. All right, well positioned. Deck list is available for you down below there in the description, so you have access to it if you got questions or comments. I tried to do a little bit better job there, walking through some of those decisions. I do hope you guys enjoy, guys and gals, enjoy the Phoenix of Ash there. I think it is a good addition that's going to pair well with Chainweb, Arachner, and really help. I feel like when you got enough in your in your main board when you're getting milled, and then you can pull those things back and play that almost as our old, what are they, dredge decks where you're playing from the graveyard or filling graveyard and all that stuff, self-sack, all that jazz makes a big difference. So very excited. I think this one's well positioned, like I talked about. Again, obviously it was a great top 8 deck, and of the top 8s, minus I think Seth Manfield's Dimmer Rogues, did not get hit by the Banhammer. As always, Planeswalkers, again, huge thank you, 1,000 subs, incredible. It's a heartfelt, again, appreciative support that I feel. Again, for those of you that are new, please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. Additionally, you can like the video if you enjoy it. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Twitch to stay up to date as well. I'm looking forward to bringing you guys and gals more top content here, particularly in top decks and things that are going to kind of fall out here in the new meta. And additionally, I think we're maybe a little less than halfway, getting close to halfway through October season here. So pretty fun. Lots of room for us to go. I think we have a lot of opportunity, and I think it'll be much more balanced and diverse moving forward. So, all right, Planeswalkers, you stay safe. I'll see you soon. Stay tuned, stay close, and Mythras out. Take care.